Manchuria, 1937. In the outskirts of Harbin, Japan repurposes an old textile mill into a research facility. No signboard, no official listing, just barbed wire, smokestacks, and guard rifles. Inside, human experimentation begins. Unit 731 was formed under the Japanese Imperial Army. Publicly, it was called the Epidemic Prevention and Water Purification Department. In truth, it was the core of Japan's biological warfare program. It was led by Lieutenant General Shiro Ishii, a physician obsessed with unlocking new weapons through live human testing. Subjects weren't prisoners of war. They were civilians. Many were children. The Japanese called them Maruta logs, not people, just numbers on spreadsheets. Children arrived in waves. Chinese, Korean, Russian, some kidnapped from orphanages, others seized from villages that had been marked as expendable. Police delivered them in unmarked trucks. Inside Unit 731, the children were stripped, catalogued, and assigned experiment codes. Most were between 5 and 12 years old. They were used to test frostbite. Small limbs submerged in freezing water, then left outside in sub-zero temperatures. Doctors monitored how long it took skin to turn black, then used hammers to test if bone was frozen solid. When the tissue died, it was amputated without anesthesia to observe bleeding rates. They were exposed to diseases: plague, cholera, typhus, anthrax. Bacteria sprayed into sealed chambers. Lungs filled with blood. Bodies collapsed from fever, then dissected while still warm. In other experiments, children were injected with horse urine, animal blood, or seawater, just to see how the body responded. Some were operated on repeatedly, organs removed and replaced, limbs stitched onto different positions. No sedation. Pain was part of the data. The goal was simple: to see how the human body died, slowly and completely, and to measure it. Medical logs recorded temperature drop by minute, blood pH, oxygen saturation, weight of infected lungs. None of the doctors questioned the work. Many were university trained. Some wrote textbooks after the war. The children's names were erased. Only experiment numbers remain. Record number 146 was a 6-year-old boy. Frozen foot. Recorded nerve response. Record number 172 was an 8-year-old girl. Cholera exposure. Died in 36 hours. Dissected in Lab 4. Cause of death: septicemia. The facility burned its records in August 1945. As the Soviets advanced, Unit 731 staff fled. Over 500 partially incinerated bodies were discovered, many under 4 feet tall. Shiro Ishii and his team were never tried for war crimes. The United States granted them immunity in exchange for the data they collected. The justification was strategic. The Cold War had begun, and bioweapons data was priceless. What happened in that facility was buried under classified documents. Most of the world didn't learn about it until decades later. Today, near Harbin, a museum stands over the ruins. Memorial walls show the numbers of experiments. There are no photos of the children, only silhouettes, only guesswork, no names. What can be remembered must be told. What was done to them had no military necessity, no national defense, no consent. Only science, twisted by power. Only children, used as data. And a silence that lasted half a century.
I'm an offspring of these people. I have their blood. I must do something for them because I know the truth. So long as you have learned about truth, you just can't, turn yourself away from it. You must do something for these people. And also because the Japanese government keeps denying about the war atrocities. These people are human beings. They died just like worms.